Good evening. This is Tanika Miles, dietitian, and I am putting a quick meal together. I've already got everything ready. I'm making egg roll in a bowl. My thing is, when I'm doing stir fries, I like to have everything prepped, ready to go, so I can stir fry the meal and be done. Especially on nights like this, is hot. Really don't feel like being in the kitchen too long. But I just want to show you what I'm putting together. I have no ingredient amounts. I'm just throwing everything together based off of what I have. So I'm gonna put this together real fast. I'm gonna show it to you what we got. So right now I am stir frying my ground turkey breast. That is ready, and I have all my ingredients prepped and ready to go. So I have jalapeno, onions. I have diced coleslaw. Well, this is already prepared. I bought this, and I'm gonna add this to the stir fry. Tricolor coleslaw. I have my seasoning for the ground turkey, because you have to season it. I got ground black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. I have my cornstarch slurry already made. I have my peppers, everything cut, onions, so I can grab and go and add it to the wok. And then also I have my stir fry sauce already made. So everything is ready. So let me get down to business. Okay. All right. So this has been cooking a while before I went live, but this is my ground turkey, and this is actually done. So I am going to add my seasoning. It's already prepared. Add all that together, stir fry. Oh, and I also cook my rice ahead of time. And since, like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time in the kitchen this evening, I use a quick success rice, boiling bag rice, to help save time, especially on nights like this, where I want to do something really fast and get a meal on the table. So I'm gonna let that stir fry. I'm gonna let that brown just a little bit more while I get my other things ready. So that is cooking. All right, so that is done. Let that brown just a little bit more, and let me get my rice ready. All right, so I'm gonna pour this into a bowl and add my rice. This pan is really hot, so now I'm going to add my rice. And like I said, I wanted to use some quick cooking items. So this is 2 bags of my success rice. This is for a family of 4. I'm going to start with these 2 bags. Let me see how that looks. And brown that a little bit. And I cooked this right before I started to get everything together. I didn't cook this the night before, like they say to use day-old refrigerated rice. Oops, I forgot. But this is 2 bags here, and this is plenty for a family of 4. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil in here. Just so I can round that up pretty good. Turn the eye up a little. Break up the rice, flip it out. Turn the eye up. I wish I had, I wish I knew how to cook like the people that stir fry, but anyway, I'm gonna let this heat dry out some of the water that was left in the rice. Let that stir fry a little bit. Okay, let's turn it up pretty high. So usually when you stir fry, like I said, you want to make sure you have all your ingredients prepped ahead of time. So all you have to do is just grab and go and add it in here. So you can get a quick meal on the table. So this, I'm going to add the meat back in. That's already cooked. Pretty good. And I'm using ground turkey. But you can use any type of protein source that you like. You know, you can use your ground sausage, ground chicken to make this quick stir fry rice meal. Egg roll in a bowl. Alright. It is pretty hot standing over the stove. So now I'd like to add in some of my vegetables. So I have some onions that's already chopped up. I'm going to add that. And I like adding my veggies at the end because they're not too soggy. I think when you add them in too soon, it can get really, really soggy. So I'm going to add in some of these onions. And let that brown. And then you just stir fry. A minute or two. I'm gonna add in the rest of these. Break these up, add them in. And when you cut your vegetables uniform in size, they cook quicker. If they're in bigger chunks, they tend to take longer to cook. So add those in there. And I have my stir-fry sauce on the side that I made earlier. And I'm using what I have on hand. I used beef broth. I used low sodium soy sauce, rice vinegar, maple syrup, and I grated in some fresh garlic and fresh ginger. And I made this sauce ahead of time as well. So now I am going to add in my tricolor coleslaw, which has a mixture of carrots, cabbage, purple cabbage, and I'm going to add that to it because I'm right at the end. And like I said, when you add it in toward the end, your vegetables aren't as soggy. I'm going to stir fry that in as well. Add that in there. Stir that in. And the heat will break some of the cabbage, break the cabbage down where it's not too soggy. And now I'm getting my sauce ready to pour in. I'll stir it up. So once again, I use beef broth, light or low sodium soy sauce, rice vinegar, maple syrup, fresh garlic and ginger, grated that in, and I made this sauce here. And then also I have a cornstarch slurry to help thicken it up too. And I added it. Get that ready. Alright. I would add in eggs, but my kids don't like it, so they missed out. But you can do that as well. You can add in whatever you want. So now I'm just adding in my sauce. And it smells really, really good. Give it a couple more stirs. If you don't want to add in the cornstarch slurry, you don't need to. It's all on your preference. It's your recipe. It's whatever you got a taste for. You can do. One thing about recipes is you don't have to follow them verbatim. You can make it your recipe and have it taste just like however you want it to taste. The recipe is just a blueprint to get you started. But if you're baking, yes, you have to follow that recipe verbatim. So, yep. And ladies and gentlemen, this meal is done. This stir fry is done. And it took about a little over almost 45 minutes once you add, you know, the time in it takes for you to prep and get everything together. But this is what I do on days like this where it's just, I'm just want to get something together real fast and avoid trying to, you know, go to get takeout. So let me grab my plate. So this is the finished product right here. Finished product. This is the finished meal. You have a quick stir fry, egg roll in a bowl. And I am going to plate this up and add in some additional toppings to my serving. My Instagram plate ready. So this right here, let me put this down here. All right, I have fried rice. I'm gonna add in some jalapeno, give it a little heat. And I'm also going to cut some cilantro. Where are my scissors? If I can find them. I have some fresh cilantro I'm gonna add up here. Get some flavor. Cut that in. And fresh herbs and other ingredients, when you're using fresh, it takes so much better. But this is my finished product. Stop saying that. But anyway, this is my egg roll in a bowl that I made, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Maybe this will give you inspiration to get a quick meal on the table tonight, tomorrow night, whenever. So I am getting ready to enjoy my dinner. All right, y'all have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.